Okay, so does anyone wear short nails anymore? Hey there, I am Paola of PaolaPonceNails.com, and I help current and aspiring nail techs become thriving entrepreneurs by mastering all of their gel nail services using premium soft gel only. If this sounds like a niche you'd like to consider exploring, then at the end of this video, do consider subscribing. All right, so short nails, do they exist anymore? Do clients want them? Do you have them? Why is no one really talking about these short nails? So today we are going to be talking short nails, and not just short nails, but short natural nails. And we are going to be talking about how to apply gel on short natural nails, as I have here. I like short nails. A lot of my clients like short nails. They didn't want them cut this short perhaps, but we all know that sometimes clients pick their gel or whatever, or sorry, they pop off and they end up with these nubby nails, and sometimes they're just not wanting to go back to the extension, or they want to just, grow it out, or they're so damaged that you just don't want to put any product. I have a short nail. It's not really damaged. It does have a little bit of product. But what if my client just wanted to do this? Or what if perhaps you're like, you know what, I've been doing a lot of enhancements on my nails. I want to just keep them short. So first things first, grab a smooth nail file, so nothing coarse, nothing coarser than a 180. And I prefer that you use an emery board. So an emery board is a file that is thin, it's a little bit flexible, it's very gentle on the natural nails. Okay, so with one direction you want to shape that short natural nail. Okay, so just do it one direction, that way you don't cause splitting. That's very important when working with a short nail. If you saw back and forth, especially if your board file's coarse, you will split that nail open. So you want to be gentle so that you're sealing those layers of keratin rather than splitting them open, because if you split them open, they will cause your gel to lift. Now, I'm going to get a little ahead of myself, but since we're on that topic of free edge and causing gel to split, you may be wondering if capping the free edge of a gel nail is necessary. I'm going to definitely address that for you. It doesn't really matter necessarily right now, because guess what? Our technique is going to have everything to do with capping the free edge, but not like you're used to, so just hang tight. Next up, I want you to grab your sponge buffer. So now that you've given this nail a natural shape, obviously if the client's like, oh, I like square, you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot give you square. So you cannot do a square nail with this nail. So you will have to advise that we have to keep it round, okay? If you wanted to do square, you would have to give this an extension. You can do a short one, but that's a whole nother country song, a whole nother different video. Okay, I'm gonna remove the shine from off of the nail plate and just blend any product to the nail. I don't obsess about removing every little bit of gel from the nail because it's just not important, but it is important to have it smooth and leveled off, okay? Especially when working with gel that's a little runny, because gel that's a little runny is going to flow into all the nooks and crannies, versus a gel that's a little bit more stiff, more viscous, it'll keep its form. So again, that's why you want to make sure it's nice and smooth. All right, just rounding that off a little bit more and rounding that off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dust this off. I'm just using 90% alcohol here. And I'm also going to use my lint-free towelette. These are lint-free if you do not, pick at the cotton. Like if you keep them a little bit moist, they'll stay lint-free. But if you start breaking the fibers, then obviously not. And that's pretty much true for like all nail wipes, really. I mean, as soon as you start breaking the fibers or being rough or doing like your dry brush, gel brush on it, then it stops being lint-free. And I do have a video comparison on lint-free towelettes if you'd like to check that out. All right, so now I wiped this entire nail. I remove the dust, any excess oils, moisture, and I've also taken the opportunity to push back that eponychium. Super important because this eponychium always wants to regress. It always wants to fall down or come back to the nail plate. Perhaps you are familiar with the technique that requires you to use a form and basically let your gel fall onto that form. It's not that you cannot do that method, but you need to do it with a different product, not just soft gel, soak off gel, because whenever I file my soak off gel after I've cured it and all, and I've filed it right, it's completely finished. It's got a top coat, it's got 2 layers of colors underneath, and I go in and file it, especially with like a French tip, that nail is going to get smoky. It's going to get grayish, okay? Almost like it oxidizes, almost as if your client was a hairdresser. So again, what am I talking about? You're probably like, Paula, what are you? Okay, so if I take my soft gel, apply it as if I were applying a manicure, and then just cap my edge. That's all I have the form there for, to cap my edge, right? To ensure that that free edge seals. But I want to show you a quicker way than applying a form, okay? And that quicker way is you can use any base gel, okay? I'm going to just use this for convenience. It's already here. And what I want you to do is a couple things. First, I want you to grab your brush and notice my product control. I barely have any product here on the brush. And that's exactly what I want to happen. So what I want to do now, instead of, offloading in the center and then carving out my cuticle and applying a base layer, what I want you to do instead as a first step for short nails that are this short, so this is your client, you, whomever, take this brush with hardly any product on it. You don't even need like a dollop of anything. And what I want you to do instead of using the form on a short nail, because a form is going to cost you a little bit of more money, obviously, and also increase your service time by a little bit, is to do this. Turn your brush this way instead of applying it this way, and come in at the free edge like so. I really don't even want product on my brush because I don't want it to seep underneath the nail by much. Okay, so I'm just going to shimmy it, and I'm going to make sure that my brush goes over a little bit and down, a little bit and up, actually a little bit over and up, over and up. Okay, and then I'm going to come over this way and that way and this way, and then guess what? Now I'm going to start applying my base coat. Just as normal. That's it. And I would have taken care of capping this free edge because I would turn my brush over and went this way. Obviously, if you're doing this on yourself or a client, this would be the position here, right? In the beginning, you started doing this. And then from there, you would just apply your base coat as normal. I have a wet layer to allow the product to self-level this next bead. And on a short nail, this is as much self-leveling as I would do. Okay, go ahead and cure that. For clients with limited mobility too, I know I've been asked that a couple times, like, what if my client cannot do all of this? Well, that's what you would want to do. Hopefully she's got shorter nails. And if you're working with runny products, with pretty much everything that I work with is runny. So if that is the case, again, and you have to kind of move quickly, then definitely work one nail at a time, but also place your apex, not your apex, your bead down here, and then comb it out without passing right over the center so that you don't flatten the nail completely out unless you want to, unless the client requests that. Now it is time to paint this nail. Grab this beautiful pink. Now you may be wondering, is capping every layer necessary? And the answer is no. If you have a short nail, it is important to cap it with that base gel and very meticulously so it does not go, you know, or miss the free edge even. So go all underneath it. But it is not important to cap every single layer. I think at a custom we kind of do a little swipe here. But actually, if you just comb your brush down, like so, that's as much capping as you need. And I'll show you the angle. You don't need to like cap it and really worry. I've never had issues of gel lifting because I didn't cap my color or my top coat or anything like that. Just make sure you seal in that base coat, and that's really the most important layer. And even if you just brush that downward too, it most likely will be fine. I couldn't tell you that I always tip my brush the other way and cap the free edge like we did in the beginning, okay? So all that there is left for this nail is just a little top coat. Using my favorite top coat here, Ultra Glossy Non-Wipe. I can't believe I didn't use this a lot in the salon. I use it more now that I teach. It's a great top coat. It has a little bit of thickness so that you can self-level if you need to, any imperfection. And you don't do so by grabbing more gel. You just use the viscosity of the gel, and then you just kind of keep having passes by it. So notice, if your gel ever touches the skin, it will always want to seep in. And that is why my gel continues to go in the skin. But that is it. That is how you would take care of a short nail manicure. Correctly capped, long lasting. Follow that tip. I promise you your client's nails will last definitely 2 weeks. But hey, maybe 6 weeks if they're careful with them. Okay. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you would like to see in the comment section. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.